Welcome to TN Inspire at TLCC 2016.
So like many of you guys, I sell tickets all day, and I'm not going to talk about that at all. At night, when I'm not working, I'm currently pursuing a dream I've had my whole life of being a comedian. Right now, I do improv comedy, which is performances made up entirely on the spot, and I do so at the Philly Improv Theater. I found FIT, as we call it, about a year ago, and have just been hooked. Through this theater, not only did I find my creative outlet, I found a community where there's space for everyone to exist. Improv comedy is all about supporting each other and just giving yourself permission to be weird, and it all starts with this blank stage. I use the term stage pretty loosely. I recently performed next to a pool during Adult Swim on this makeshift stage. But I always knew I wanted to be a comedian. I've loved making people laugh. I love performing. I grew up watching some of my personal heroes on TV, like Amy Poehler, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Tina Fey, and I knew I wanted to be in the same league as these women. And it took me until I was 27 to just go for it. So I took my first class at the Philly Improv Theater, and the first thing you're taught as an improviser is the rule of yes and. Yes anding means to accept the thing that your scene partner has said to you as fact. It's valid and it's real. Even when it's just an emotion or an opinion, that person believes that thing. Yes anding keeps wheels on a scene even when you're yelling at each other, which happens a lot. Yes anding means that even if to you something is insignificant, it's real to another person. A game of rock, paper, scissors that for you is just deciding who's going to eat first to the other person might mean life or death. When you yes and somebody, the most important thing to do is respond emotionally and honestly. This is what makes it real when you're playing as a family who has known each other for their entire lives. It's what makes it organic, and it's what makes it relatable. Or even as a sillier example, it can also just be what makes you all laugh when we pretend to be all the weirdos we've all ridden in Uber pools with. Having that emotional response also brings our performances from just being funny to being these moving pieces of actual art. And I think that's something that I just will never be over about comedy, is that it's an art form. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my personal philosophy in comedy, which I call following the fun. Following the fun is exactly what it sounds like. If you're doing something and you're having fun and the audience is having fun, I'm going to do that exact same thing the entire show. Following the fun can mean not knowing how to eat a sandwich. If you laugh at me not knowing how to eat a sandwich, I'm going to keep doing it for 40 minutes. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to find joy at everything, because sometimes your fun can be being annoyed at your friend's selfie stick. No one likes a selfie stick, guys. Just stop with that. But when you follow your fun, what you're really going towards is finding your team. All improv is team-based, whether you're a duo or you're a group of 8 people. Your team is your group of people that you can always be yourself with, that you can be weird around, that will support you no matter what. Teams can form in various different ways. I'm in a team called Low Hanging Fruit that's all LGBT performers, and it's just a really great sense of community. I'm also in 2 teams that formed organically. The first team I want to tell you guys a little bit about is called Windows 98. Windows 98 is a group of 8 improvisers that pray every day we don't get sued by Bill Gates. But on a more serious note, Windows 98 plays fast and they play emotionally. We are big characters with weird emotions. Last time I played with them, they forced me to be a Pidgey for 10 minutes, which is not easy. To play with Windows 98 is to play without fear. I also work with a team called Pig Dipper. We play slower, we find absurdity in everyday life. To play with Pig Dipper is to play with the kind of emotional vulnerability that I've only ever found on stage. And I'm going to give a challenge to you guys while I leave here. I'm bringing you back to this blank stage because I want to hear you all say yes more. I want to know that you guys are following your fun, and I want you to all leave here today and find your team.